Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Asia, and today's video is going to be on my 5 ways that I renew my faith daily. I am a Christian, and I feel like there is not a lot of information on how you spend time with God on a daily basis, other than going to church or a simple prayer or reading your Bible. And there's a lot of other things you can do to spend some time with God and feed your spirit on a daily basis. So the first thing I highly recommend is podcasts. Podcasts are easily available if you have an iPhone, you have an Apple. It's an app already on our phones. There's Spotify podcasts. There's a bunch of different things, and you can just have that playing in your car. And if you do it without a thought, you just replace the time you listen to your music driving somewhere with a podcast, or you have it playing in your house while you're cooking dinner or washing dishes or just hanging out. And while that's playing, you're getting some food for your spirit. My favorite podcasts are Carpenter is bomb. He is so spirit filled. I find myself gravitating towards his podcast. I highly recommend that. Listen to Transformation Church a lot. Tourè Roberts has a podcast. I'm sure there are more than that, but I kind of just go off of the ones that I listen to on YouTube, and it kind of goes into my next tip is internet pastors. There's so many pastors that are easily accessible through the internet. So many preachers, so many ministers that just have things readily available on Facebook, on Instagram. Who do you follow on Instagram? Who do you follow on Facebook? So when you're on Twitter or whatever, you're scrolling and taking in those things. We kind of have to look at the daily renewal of your mind is in everything. It's not just, oh, let me just spend this time and say my morning prayer and that's it. The things you take in, that you watch, the things that you listen to, the things you talk about, the things you scroll past are all feeding your flesh if they're not feeding your spirit. So lean flesh and spirit. So make sure you follow some people that are going to say a prayer on your timeline. Make sure you follow some people that are going to post positive things onto your timeline. I follow a ton of different Bible quote Instagrams just so I get some things on my timeline that are feeding my spirit. And internet pastors are great because, like Carpenter, he has a YouTube channel and he has Instagram and he does IGTVs all the time, and they're different from what he preaches on, and they're so informational. They're amazing. So I also recommend Mike Todd. He has Instagram, he's on podcasts, he does so much, and he's like around my age. He might be 5-10 years older than me, and he's just down to earth and he's real, and that's what you want to hear. I think Christianity is changing. The face of Christianity is not just in a stuffy church, and not that there isn't room for that tradition. I don't think I would be in my walk in Christ where I am right now if my grandmother didn't pick me up and take me to church on Sundays. But it's more than that. It's not a ritual, it's a lifestyle. I heard somebody say it's not a ritual, and it's not. You have to make this a day-to-day walk with God. It's not for anybody else, it's for you and for God. So now that I've gone off on that little tangent, internet pastors are great because I watch YouTube all day. I'm trying to be a YouTuber, so clearly if you're watching this, you're on YouTube at some point, and they have sermons. You can watch a 30-minute sermon, you can watch a 15-minute sermon, you can watch a 10-minute sermon. Stephen Furtick, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's good for a 10-minute quick word. I put him on when I used to go to work every day, out to work every day. I would put a message on while I brush my teeth, put my makeup on, and listen to that while I get ready. And that's my first introduction to God for the day. The next tip is the music you listen to. We all listen to music. Music is so important to our day-to-day life. It's a part of us. So if you're not comfortable worshiping, you want to... Sorry, my baby's waking me up. Okay, so clearly this is going to be a common theme in my videos. kids make an appearance. But I think the next major category is music. I highly recommend you find some gospel singers or rappers that you like and you listen to. I'm not saying you have to listen to your mom's gospel music, but find someone that you like that sounds like what you normally would listen to, but glorifying God and being positive. And you know, that will feed your spirit. It's all about feeding spirit versus feeding flesh. And I love Koryn Hawthorne, Bree Barbanous, I think is her name, Barbanous, something like that. It's Bree something. Even Queen Naja came out with a gospel song. It doesn't matter who the artist is. All that matters is that it's glorifying God and it's you know, speaking to your spirit. I know Kanye West is very controversial. You know what I'm trying to say? Right now, some people love him, some people hate him. I listen to his album, and if you don't feel comfortable listening to his album, you should listen to Sunday Service Choir. They glorify God. God's our spirit is present in the music if you give it a chance. So, whatever it is, you have to find things to feed your spirit on a daily basis. And the next category is the Bible. This is what God left for us. This is where his word is the living word. So I don't care what version you have to figure out works for you. I love New Living Translation. And sometimes I switch back between that and the Jewish Bible. The acronym is CJB. In the Bible app, I highly recommend the Bible app. You need it. We always have our phones, and it's easily accessible. I like to have the word of the day set on my phone for 6:30 p.m. So it comes through the middle of the day. Usually around that time I have my phone, or I will have my phone shortly after, and I don't exit out of it. I let it sit on my notifications so I see it throughout the day. A lot of times that'll prompt me to go and read that chapter. And yeah, I highly recommend that. They have devotionals that get you to read your Bible. I like to know, feel like I'm accomplishing something. So they have like a shriek Bible for 10 weeks straight, or 10 days straight, or 2 days straight. And it gives you a track of, are you spending your year with God? Or are you spending your year on Instagram? That's not a shot. That's something that I'm guilty of too. So are you opening your Bible? And that keeps track of that. And it whatever you're feeling, you can search what you're feeling. If you feel sad, it gives you Bible verses about being sad and why we shouldn't be sad. If you feel weak, it gives you Bible verses on how to feel strong. And it makes the living word more living, more current. And you can also listen to it like you listen to a podcast. So the Bible is being read to you while you're washing your dishes, while you can't read physically, you can hear, and it will bless you, because it blessed me on numerous occasions. And the last one is prayer. I recommend you finding the time to pray that works for you. You should be praying throughout your day, but let's be real, sometimes our day is busy and we're not talking to God. So I like to, with my son, before he goes to bed, we always pray before bed. The goal is to always pray before bed. So when you get ready to lay down on your pillow, it feels a little uncomfortable when you don't say that prayer. And it could be in the morning. Wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is pray. You spend a few minutes with God. I have 2 kids. One of them is usually waking me up, so that doesn't really work for me anymore. But in the morning, it was a part of my getting ready routine to spend time with God. And having a specific sought out prayer time will allow you to do that. I have intercession music on my phone, and when I used to drive, and the artist is Nathaniel Cole, I think. When I used to drive, I whenever his music would come on, it's just intercession music and it's instrumental, and I would take that time out and pray, and that was random. So you have to find time to do the things that you want to do, and spending time with God is a necessity. These are my ways that I do that. I listen to podcasts, I find things on the internet to watch, and I integrate it into what I'm already doing, my feed. And on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook is integrated into those things. My music, I have music that I like to listen to, and once you start listening to music that is holy, not quotations like that really is for God, other music starts to sound a little vulgar to you, and it's not going to hit you the same way. So I download the clean versions of my songs. Like if I want to listen to A Boogie Swerving, when I listen to the unclean version, I'm just using that as an example, but I don't, you know, I'm real. I really still like certain music. I still like certain songs. And yeah, you have to find a way around it. And that's my other son. So that's going to close this video. And I'll see you in the next one. Yes, baby. Bye.